performance against PSG at the Parc de France Stadium. That performance was solid. Props to Hamels, props to Tedic, the coach. It was a proper Tazic, yes. Yeah. And Mbappe missed out on those two fixtures. He wasn't there. He tried to play as a 9/10. I didn't understand anything about his style of play. But kudos to Sancho. Yes, he had a decent performance, a pretty decent performance for the kind of money that United bought him for. But this kelele mingi about him, I don't get it. Then moving on to Real Madrid, I enjoyed that game. This is the kind of game where teams should understand this. When you want to finish off Madrid, you have to make sure that your foot is on their neck till the final whistle. Because we saw what Madrid has been doing for the last 4-5 years. If you give them a chance, any chance, they'll come up and they'll show up against you.
Well, on a Dortmund perspective, they've continued to do what I didn't think that they would do, and I was wrong on that prediction because I thought that PSG, with the amount of missed chances that they had in the first leg, they would have won, and the same thing continued on that night. PSG, I think, struck the post 4 times. They had decent opportunities to win that game, and they didn't. But from on a Borussia Dortmund perspective, what they've done in the entire season, it's been brilliant and also unbelievable.
This many small attacking forwards, Asensio, Dembele, Bacola. Is it Bacola?
Yeah, Bradley Bacola. And Gonzalo Ramos.
They aren't showing up. They aren't showing up in the big games.
But also I think that Luis Enrique put himself in this position. Number one, you're not playing Kylian Mbappe for the league games, and you expect him to show up in the big time games, playing with different combination of strikers that he's not been playing with. And you're right. When you think about the second leg, Kylian Mbappe was on the left hand side. In the first leg, you're talking about him on the right hand side and playing in the middle. And then you bring in Gonzalo Ramos into the squad. Well, last time out you played with Bradley Bacola. Like, what do you expect from this front line that has been so inconsistent?
Okay, Chep, go before I...
First of all, my predictions were both correct. Dortmund and Real Madrid.
Very nice.
And I'm just happy for Dortmund just because of Marco Reus. I just hope they go ahead and win it. But they have this tabia of, in the big stage, they kind of let it go. But I hope in this final they just turn up. The second game, the Real Bayern game, I thought Bayern had it, you know.
Yeah.
Mguu moja ilikuwa kwa mlango. And then they just dropped the ball. I think those substitutions, for me, maybe I think the substitutions maybe had a contribution. When you substitute all your forward players, they were absorbing a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. And then you bring in defensive players and remove all your attacking, the outlets. Because at least when you have outlets, somebody can get the ball, put it over. And there's an option, you know, there's an option of somebody to score another goal. But his substitutions, getting out Ken, Musiala, and Sane at the same time, almost the same time. After those substitutions, actually, it's when they conceded those 2 goals. So on that part, for me, I think Tuchel just dropped the ball.
Just a question to Jemo. Do you think the referee messed up the game in the Madrid game?
Yes and no. Yes, because as per the letter of the law, you let the play develop before you call it. I think he was almost too eager to call it. But like Wenger said in some clip, there are reasons and excuses. Okay, because I don't think that's where Bayern lost the game.
Exactly.
Bayern lost the game by Tuchel being too clever.
Yep.
Their game plan worked a charm. Of course, they lost Serge Gnabry early on. Alphonso Davies came on, scored a cracker of a goal, and they were so comfortable. Like, yes, Vinicius was giving them issues. Yes, Neuer had to make big save after big save, but it wasn't really an impossibility. Everything looked like it was generally under control. And then Tuchel decides to be clever. He moves from a back 4, like my Burnley guy says, to a back 3.
Yes.
What the heck? Like a 6, actually.
And,
no, just from a back 4 to a back 3.
Yeah.
So he puts this funny South Korean man who Napoli conned everyone last season, by the way. Napoli conned everyone with that guy.
Yeah, we blamed Eddie on that.
Come on. Why would you blame?
When that guy comes on, you know there is problems.
Problem.
It's on his side. There is a problem. And then they moved Mazrui to the right now, and that is too much change. Just stop. It's working. Just hold on. And then you remove Musiala,
Sane,
all your best players.
And then you remove Harry Kane. You put Choupo-Moting.
Yeah.
Choupo-Moting, no offense, but have you ever seen a goal is coming? Like it's coming.
Exactly.
As soon as those changes were made, they messed up everything.
Yeah.
And in if I want to reach, I can say they are part of the reason why Neuer gets messed up. Because what is his outlet? Because the ball he threw out was an odd ball. I don't know who he was throwing, but it just didn't look like there's something there. And then the goal, it's so sad that their best player on the night is the one who makes the mistake. Because Neuer was magnificent until that point. And I almost feel like the shot was so straight at him, he was already thinking, where am I taking the ball? Because it's straight at him, and it's almost like sort of like he looks away, and then he looks back, and then it pops up, and
even Dyer had already turned the opposite.
Yeah, everyone, it was a straight thing. I think he switched, he was already thinking ahead. And not panic, like he thought, this is can we hold and we go. And then the shot just bobbled a bit, and it's in the net. But who would have thought that a 34-year-old on loan, guys, on loan, a 34-year-old on loan from Espanyol who played for Stoke is the guy who shows up with the goals.
No one.
No one really. I read his story. He joined Madrid in 2009, but he couldn't get into the first squad because there was Bale, Cristiano, and Benzema. And so he's been just around.
He went to Stoke, and from Stoke Newcastle. He was taken to Newcastle, taken on loan. Like, how does a journeyman like that somehow become the main guy?
And there was that picture of him in the last time when Real Madrid won the La Liga. He was there in the streets celebrating it.
Yes,
as a Real Madrid
with
fan.
his father or something. That story just doesn't make sense. But then this Madrid, and I said it last weekend, this Madrid is an. I don't know. The lovers of Madrid are all happy, but I watch it. I'm like,
you'll never be happy if you're going to do that.
Like, what is this
Madrid?
Madrid?
You'll never be happy.
There is pedigree, and I said it last. There is pedigree. Pedigree demands Madrid play. This Madrid team fumbles its way to things like they defend, they block, they defend, they run around very hard, and then they somehow find a goal and they win. But Tuchel threw that game away. He tried to be too clever. He tried to change things. Just leave it as is. Especially who subs all his attacking players in Madrid at the Bernabeu? A team that has a habit of scoring 90th minute goals for the last 3 seasons. I thought he threw
the last 20
I wanted
minutes.
to ask this question because you make those comparisons with how Real Madrid played in the past.
Yes.
Does it take away from Carlo Ancelotti and the job he's doing right now?
No, I give him more props.
Okay.
Because he's got half the players he had then, but he's still finding a way.
Where would he rank?
To quote Teddy, he has adapted to the players he has, as opposed to when he's the one who won La Decima.
Yes.
Look at the quality he had to win La Decima, then look at the quality now. Oh, no offense to Kamavinga, to Chomeni, and to Hoselu, and look, who are these people? Who in the current team? How many would get into that team? Very few. Bellingham is struggling to get into that team then.
For sure.
But he's adapted. So he's found a way to just let them coach, let them play, and they do well. But I thought Tuchel threw it away. I thought just stay the way you are. Kaza.
Aliuza team.
No, Ali changed sana.
Those many changes.
The Dortmund one is an interesting one because I wondered, and I asked, is it bad luck when you hit the post 4 times, or is it just bad finishing?
Bad finishing.
Hey, Bana, that's bad luck, man.
Bad finishing.
And I really don't want to do this to Sammy, but I will. Because last weekend, when we were talking about West Ham being absolutely awful, and I said, the only mitigating factor is, the buggers hit the post 3 times. Like Jarrod Bowen hit the post, the woodwork, the post 3 times, and everyone was like, "When has that ever happened?" And Sammy said, "You cannot highlight people hitting the post as covering up for something bad." But now here he is saying, "Hold on, son." But here is Sammy saying, "No, it's just bad luck because they hit the post 4 times." So 4 times is bad luck, but 3 times is not. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Okay, I did mention that most of them were from set pieces.
It doesn't. And again, he's taking us to a point I don't want us to go, guys. Whether it's a corner, whether it's a free kick, it's those people who say you take penalties. It's those people who say because you take penalties, those goals maybe are not the same. That's what Sammy is trying to say. Sammy, leave that story. Anyway, I think it's bad finishing. You should not hit the post 4 times. Something is wrong with you. When Nunez has hit the post 1,000 times, it's because something is wrong with his finishing. He's not calm enough. He's not. He's just not. He's not. And there's a very good clip by Arsene Wenger. When you have time, listen to it. He spoke about who outfought the other. He said Dortmund outworked PSG. They did. And I like that Schlotterbeck fella. Hey, he's serious.
He was a standout.
Serious. And
He
Matt
is-
Hummels
he's in
looks
your
young.
German- He's in your German
Oh
squad.
yeah,
Has been
we
there
have
forever.
hope.
It's been a fantastic
And
week
my
for
Burnley
Germany.
guy,
Your
my
Burnley
Burnley guy, Madsen.
Oh,
Yes,
Siako huko
Ian
tu kwa
Madsen,
mahali
yes,
huko
yes.
akiconfuse watu huko.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But there's something you said some time back. You said old men know how to show up in this big game.
Yeah. Hii tu si mingi.
Yeah.
1-1.
Experience.
1-1. Sijana walifungwa. Dortmund.
Yeah, na Mainz vibaya
course,
sana,
that's
man. It was bad.
And Mainz by the coach of Mainz should be winning coach of the year according to your Nini, eh? He's done ridiculously well. Those guys were being relegated.
Yes.
And then he's anyway,
He's rallied the...
we finish this story. The final is coming. I'll start you off. Guys, it will be a bloodbath. Itakuwa mbaya. Hata hakutakuwa it'll be a bloodbath. Madrid will kill Dortmund. Yeah, guys.
The fact that they
Even
already
after Dortmund completely
Madrid
overwriting
won't-
everything that
the
was-
fact
had
that they
been
already
up
put
ahead
on
of them.
Madrid
shots
won't
with
let it go.
15
Madrid won't
on the
beat
back.
Madrid won't hit the post 4 times. Hakuna. Nani? Madrid.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Real Madrid versus Valencia. The year is 2000. Champions League final. Valencia had played so well. Where? Raul. McManaman. It was 3-0. It was a boring final. This Madrid, no. This is our...
It's the pedigree of what we usually
Imeisha.
talk about.
This is the first final.
as much as I want Dortmund to
Me, I
win.
love Dortmund to win.
But I think it's over.
For named
you see,
reason.
everyone likes a good story.
Yeah.
Especially for
For
McElroy's.
Dortmund would be
So
incredible.
everyone would like to vote for the smaller team.
Yeah.
But you all know who are the big dogs in this thing.
Mm.
So Madrid.
Hi, Meisha.
Yeah, but it's been a good week for German football. Like
Yes.
Bayern Munich itself going down, and then you have Leverkusen in one final, and you have Borussia Dortmund in one final. So good.
That Leverkusen game, I caught the last few minutes of it.
Against Roma.
Hey, Roma just can't defend, man.
Yep.
Like there was a highway. Yani, it was like Spurs. Highway. Like you go run, score. You.
And now, do you think they can do it now? By Leverkusen.
They will win. They're playing who?
Unbeaten everything.
They will. Who
So
are
the
they playing in the final?
They're,
It's only
No.
yeah, Olympiacos.
No, Olympiacos
it's
in
not
conference.
Olympiacos.
They're playing Atalanta.
It's
Oh yes,
Atalanta.
Atalanta. Yeah, Gasperini.
Like,
Yeah.
but be wary of Atalanta, my friend.
Exactly.
Gasperini can turn you up.